Akwaba eba Asempa 94.7 FM. So all talk all day. Many maybe any day the kind of would feed you know ato her 8 year yada say esaimo Akwaba bi me din your say bonso ofrem you be a mejo so ma men na meni penny o man hene kwabena asante ase enra otnemu ema me hwe ma neoma etumi ekọ. So we are back on air this Wednesday afternoon, the 30th day of December 2020. In the year 2020, we just have a day more to go. It's not 31st. Said you wouldn't even know. You know, I'm sorry. Ako bompire danyamiase. Sanyamedi echa afi edi yura afifo no emo. And says I would also think kwemua. I mean, not to rub it in, but I would also think kwemua. Enye ni penyina ne nya ne sei se techamada wabodwe moje di omo afosane enye wa ho ofe bi enye wo nyansa bi enye wo nimde sonko bi awo na eya dom bi keke enti o se nyame adom na me onipa ye odefo enye nipa ho oden na udi bi ahoho wo ho enti ye na nyame ase ade nyina mu ye mfa seda ema nyame ebia na afi nioma a wo hye wo ho se obetimi aye wantumi anye. You know, you wished for say anka the year will turn out better. Of course, coronavirus eba be say amanfo nyuma abeye nioma bebre ebinum ene ye hwon a won ka ti asefo ho na emom wo no nyame de won kwa chew eye homobro bi keke nti wo da nyame ase a firi akoma muto ne fa na ase ni kabia ema nyame waye bi nyame aye bi adofo na on emu nyina akwa aba bi we be Ekosiisen so free Samuel Kopim se no nsia ne fa ebebo 20 minutes after 2 live on Asempa 94.7 FM enne ensem wo ho pa enne enye easy unim say the big story and they said the flag bearer of the NDC, former president of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, and lawyers say among filing an elections petition to the Supreme Court of Ghana, the highest court of the land. In Tiende, Yebeko Supreme Court, Akachi and Chebiani, Akoshedi Ekoso, Ewoho, already partnered the statement about informing the Ghanaian people say adi omo to sa anamo no a list ni pebi no mo a party ni so say omo na be kasa the ama party no and the flag bearer in this election petition case. In the ebekom na the details no abremo oko hohoi so ansem bi ekoso hohoi ene demonstrations bi akoso e wo hohoi NDC fo bi e free say Nioma yakoso hoho yo mani enhyada anye ho no eye demonstration na timamufo bi nso o mo no te hoho reports from we are loyal to Jean-Pierre Amewu enso anyone ko clash ya makoye nsem bebre e wo ho already kai say Supreme Court ashe January 4th say a case Attorney General at the court Supreme Court say court no enhwe na whole high court decision omu take ye no granting the ex parte application injunction omode eto electoral commission so say ema omuntimi en gazette John Peter Amewu as the duly elected candidate and as a MP for Hohoi constituency no Supreme Court say January 4th and omotna sa asem no eso Attorney General say court nenhwe embo high court decision no into engu baby nti yebeko sansensem ni nyina mu enne awie ewe Ekosiisen dwumadi no eso nti would love for you to join us with your thoughts, your comments, your observations. A lot is happening in our country for adventure no ebrain oko Facebook a bit ma share live on Facebook in the facebook.com/Asempa 94.7 FM Asempa 94.7 FM na fa comment egu ho yebehwa kan the amount. But first, start by liking our page. And like the Asempa FM page. Oko YouTube and so a bit much live on YouTube. Your channel Asempa 94.7 FM YouTube. A bit much Ekosiisen live. In WhatsApp line and so 0546 382 287 0546 382 287 nefa wadwentre ebrayen hwenkan ema mayenna affiliate radio stations in Nyinara ase for always picking our show live, and we hope say in the new year no things will go and go well na BBI to me akoye production team no so aye krado me do mo ase papa Dominic Kisi Yeboa Nana Chumberema Jackson Osei Ntiamoa Eric Opari DJ yo and a Queen Star e Japan amuna boa me de Ekosiisen dwumadi ebrem na ye wa aboafo so Nescafe Sweet and Creamy Agbeve Herbal Center omo de Mona soap and a Mona cream abadwa so ye wa Mponsa Ifa Pharmaceuticals Obapa Company Limited Cocoa Dairy Free Coconut Milk EcoBank Ghana Vodafone The Builders Bazaar Rockstars Roofing Systems your Consolidated Bank of Ghana Bell Aqua Freshman Fresh Lady Fresh Co Capsules Heaven Insecticide Spray and Coil and Napa Foods also say oye and Napa no soko your Hepa Plus mixture Franco Trading Enterprise Phones Papa Fie Bell Aqua Active Stay True to Originality your Seahorse Engine Oil Global Lighting and a TCL The Creative Life and the main kind statement is free NDC Australia by signed by the party's General Secretary. Ekase, the National Democratic Congress wishes to inform the general public that at about 12 p.m. this afternoon, the leader and presidential candidate of the party, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, caused his lawyers to file a petition in the Supreme Court of Ghana to challenge the 2020 presidential election results. Okay, election results declaration by the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Ghana. The petition was filed pursuant to the party's audit of the 2020 presidential results and extensive consultations with the National Executive Committee and Council of Elders of the party. The petition details serious violations of the 1992 Constitution by the Electoral Commission and its chairperson and returning officer for the presidential election, Mrs. Jean Adokwe Mensah, in the conduct of their constitutional and legal responsibilities. It seeks, among others, a declaration from the Supreme Court to the effect that the purported declaration of the results of the 2020 presidential election on the 9th day of December 2020 is unconstitutional, null and void, and of no effect whatsoever. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama shall be addressing the nation at 8 p.m. today on the petition filed and other related matters. The underlisted personalities have been assigned as spokespersons on the matter and may be contacted by the media after the petitioner's address to the nation and throughout the hearing of the matter. Ain't spokespersons needing any. Number one, here, Honorable Marietta Brewer Pia upon Esquire, former Attorney General and Minister for Justice. Honorable Dr. Dominic Akurintiga Ayeni Esquire, MP for Bolgatanga East, and former deputy, former Deputy Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Your Dr. Abdul Basit Aziz Bamba Esquire, member of NDC legal team. Honorable Alex Segbefia Esquire, Director of International Relations NDC. Abraham Amaleba Esquire, Director Legal NDC. Sami Jemfi Esquire, National Communications Officer NDC. Kakre Samoa Esquire, NDC Communications Director. Joyce Bawa Mokhtari Esquire, Special Aid and Spokesperson of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And a Godwin Edujitamaklo Esquire, member of the NDC legal team. This is signed Honorable Johnson Esiedu in Katia. Ma yankwa homane so na fe yanko Supreme Court asye. Okay, but first, let's go to Hohoi. Na yanko hwe de yeko to Hohoi. Fred Kwame Asare ewa homane so live from Hohoi. Fred, akwa be Ekosiisen so ni.
Into the actually Hohoi anopa in Hohoi NDC as part of nationwide protest na omoye against the legitimacy of the results declared by the Electoral Commission. Into now, the same demonstration. By residents from South, Sandro Kofi, Akpafu, Likpe, and Lolobi, almost Omoka to protect the Omoka said they've been disenfranchised. During the just ended general elections, Omo voted for any candidate. Into almost say they were disenfranchised. Now, almost Omoka and the Tefono, or more year protesting, they would present a petition to electoral commission at the end of the protest. Into almost started would be Atabu, that is the outskirts of Pohwe. Into Omudu be Atamve, the last community before you get into Pohwe Sano. Almost warriors, Pohwe youth and our warriors, Omudu say to say local warriors. Omoyo adi omo bo drums some and they prevented them from going further. She said almost say omo mpini ema omo enra or proper. It turned into kind of saying it almost turned violent. They were exchanging words and police for the bar and military and immigration for the bar. So they tried to restore calm. However, Omo Kasa to resolve the issue, Senegal, Ebia, on the part, a beef for natural now, Omama protesters now by saying for easy side, and now say, Omama protesters now Kofienu. And now, me who say, first thing I saw was that there was a stone that flew from the protesters' side, echo ball, guy by Hobi, a ball, it into a ball form flat. And it started a sign before no so, a bimusu too. Abobo echo protest on the side. For about 3 minutes, you would see that stones were flying in the air from both directions. The BA2 every NDC protesters one side, and this A2 every the other side. So it took about 3 to 4 minutes for the police to restore calm.
Fred, Otemenka. Great. Mamin Fenchema etiefo entese in summer wo kane stone throwing near the adeno nyame adom yensaka video into the video is on Facebook live in the more mo share your Facebook no be hu video of what happened actually e wo hohoi ene anope into uba sempa 94.7 FM yen Facebook page be share live streaming na share videos no ne hu abo toto from and it's terrible. I imagine say police for ni soldier for wo ho no e brave pass no mo put the situation under control me boy. It took them a hell of a time, and so now to restore calm. And they all came back. Before side also almost started driving traditional rice and then protesters wanted to buy it. But then leaders are more at that protesters for no more said the young man one shot. It would bring about something else, something bad that they wouldn't want to see. And see, more advice said protesters no more coffee, they go home. And now more nanti ako east side or ako present petition, but Anthony Ambanasa more address press. So they read out the petition to the press, but then protesters no more say or what they want to do is that they want to march on the streets and then get to the EC office present petition. So it took them some time, about an hour, to convince the greater portion of the protesters bus pickups and and see that was what happened here in Hokwe. As we speak, there's been calm. And this before no baby na akofi and a section of them so ako among the constituency office is just around the post office. And warriors no so almost my station another my barricade a beer or Hokwe traditional council hall site. It's not far from the post office. Just they wouldn't allow the NDC people to go cross and then go to the EC premises and say there is calm or more at the place and this before Ako or more office. We don't also Ako Fie and the warriors no so almost on our station around the beach traditional council. Okay, Mami Musa Sasem this Bli warriors no. Omo free him fa are they who are they loyal to na omo support why? Okay, me omo kasa no. Omo reason na omo mountain roadblock ne say. Kanyana na in the past during the creation of the OT region no. Omo traditional ruler paramount chief Tegbega Gabusu any some chiefs no omo call KJB anka omo that was during a consultative meeting, joint consultative committee meeting. Judicial committee now, and government SIT upset amunji views from people in the affected area. Say
they would want to be part of the OT region. But then they were saying that they shouldn't christen the new region, OT region, and Volta North and Volta South. And the Hohwe wants to be part of the new region that would be created. But then residents need the other side didn't take this lightly. I witnessed it myself. Some of the people that accompanied the chief to that particular meeting were beaten. They had their placard destroyed, and then Tebuganga had to leave the meeting. Meeting and I on fee or bar the Omoka, and then say those days now they prevented them from presenting their issues to the committee. And now also Baha demonstration said they were disenfranchised. Penny Emma year demonstration into Namunko just a kind of OT region.
Oh, okay. Enti warriors no believe traditional council na no wo hohoi ho on. And warriors na and they almost stop demonstrators from entering hohoi.
Exactly.
Okay. And demonstrators na NDC4 and people from Saul.
Saul. It was one just a kind of OT region.
Yeah.
This particular section are more constituency. That is the South area. There was Sando Kofi, Akbafu, Ligbe, and Alologi. Previously, they were part of the Hohwe municipality, but Omuketi region, no, Omukavi, out of the Hohwe municipality, Omodeka Otiho, Omo, as of now, no Omune constituency, but I believe a district has been created, but Omune constituency, for Fufi, at the car and the phone, Awaha.
Yeah.
Demonstration. So they had two group of people embarking on this particular demonstration.
Okay, which group of people did the warriors stop? Said the Wokano NDC for no Omunu Hohoi and Nkofobi free sal Ebabeka Omo AS demonstration, you know. And the warriors no, did the warriors prevent NDC for Nankasanso Omusu Hohoi Hono? One
unit.
Okay.
Into they prevented them NDC and Asa for they prevented both groups from entering Hohwe.
Now warriors no almost say to me ben omujina so they yes and why would they want to prevent to be from demonstrating, which is among for constitutional right? And
I made sure I said earlier said almost say this is their land. They have the authority to allow whoever comes to do whatever he or she wants to do in their land. But then Moho and Yamana say previously they wanted to be part of the OT region. They were met with violence. They had to leave the meeting due to threats and then violence issues. I think that was in 2018. And so you almost say but then they will not go violent.
Okay.
The only thing they want to do is that to project whatever issue they have to put across.
Oh, okay. Yo, nasi bibia ni ya besan so aba ohobio na ya baba betwa ye common so why?
Okay, man.
Me da se pa Fred Kwame Asare and yeten nkanti mo amhwe videos no Facebook live we hu the situation in Hohoi and how anioma esi ekoye very very unpleasant scenes abo toto ene ade obehwe na police for no any soldier for no try everything possible to stop the clash and all of that. Warriors this is show mobata carene ade say enya de omema kwan ma protesters no awura eye Hohoi krono emu enti rather interesting development in there ma memfa we ntwem say the other baby na yes yatisana NDC and I said we impo NDC the party is not the NDC as a party is not a party to the suit and as a petition a court the petition of John Dramani Mahama, who is the petitioner, and the Electoral Commission first respondent and Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo second respondent. And as I will share initially a summary of the our court now or say the petition of John Dramani Mahama of number 33 Chain Homes, Airport Valley Drive, Accra, a citizen of Ghana by birth, whose name is stated as at the foot of this petition. 1. Petitioner states that at the presidential election held on 7th December 2020, among petitioner, second respondent, that's Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, Christian Kwabena Andrew, they are listed 12 presidential candidates in Din Ewaha. And they say, okay, as candidate, the returning officer for the presidential election and chairperson of the first respondent, Mrs. Jane Adukwe-Mensah, has returned second respondent as validly elected. 2. Petitioner says that the grounds for his petition are as follows. A. That the purported declaration made on 9th December 2020 by Mrs. Jane Adukwe-Mensah, chairperson of the first respondent and the returning officer for the presidential election held on 7th December 2020, violated Article 63(3) of the 1992 Constitution and is therefore unconstitutional, null and void, and of no effect whatsoever. B. That in making the said declaration, Mrs. Jane Adukwe-Mensah, chairperson of first respondent and the returning officer for the presidential elections, violated the constitutional duty imposed on her by Articles 23 and 296A of the 1992 Constitution to be fair, candid, and reasonable. C. That the said declaration was made arbitrarily, capriciously, and with bias in favor of second respondent, contrary to Article 296B of the 1992 Constitution. That the said declaration was made without regard to due process of law as required under Article 23 and 296B of the 1992 Constitution. Therefore, your petitioner praised the Supreme Court for the following reliefs. And me the reliefs no ebetu justice here. Na afe mene lawyer Godwin Judy Tamaklo edin community reliefs no neka say a declaration that Mrs. Jane Adukwe-Mensah, chairperson of first respondent and the returning officer for the presidential elections held on 7th December 2020 was in breach of Article 63(3) of the 1992 Constitution in the declaration she made on 9th December 2020 in respect of the presidential election that was held on 7th December 2020. B. A declaration that based on the data contained in the declaration made by Mrs. Jane Adukwe-Mensah, chairperson of first respondent and returning officer for the presidential elections, no candidate satisfied the requirement of Article 63(3) of the 1992 Constitution to be declared president-elect. C. A declaration that the purported declaration made on the 9th December 2020 of the result of the presidential election by Mrs. Jane Mensah is unconstitutional, null and void, and of no effect whatsoever. D. An order annulling the declaration of President-elect Instrument 2020 CI 135 dated 9th December 2020 issued under the hand of Mrs. Jane Adukwe-Mensah, chairperson of the first respondent, and gazetted on the 10th of December 2020. E. An order of injunction restraining the second respondent from holding himself out as president-elect. F. An order of mandatory injunction directing the first respondent to proceed to conduct a second election with petitioner and first respondent as the candidate as required under Article 63(4) and 5 of the 1992 Constitution. The number of witnesses that petitioner intends to call is 5. And the petitioner, in this case, John Dramani Mahama, witnesses baku inumo obefre dated on 30th December 2020, signed John Dramani Mahama. The name of my counsel and my address for service are Tony Letha and Letha Brew and Company, or my address and Tony Letha and a counsel Edema, former President John Dramani Mahama, flag bearer of the NDC in the 2020 elections. Earlier, statement was signed by the General Secretary of the NDC, say party na power spokespersons be say Omon Kasa on behalf of the party during the pendency of this suit in the Supreme Court. No, not lawyer Godwin Edujitamaklo Edin Eka, a member of the NDC legal team. Counsel, Akwaba Napom to say.
Philip, it's also
great. Official Panso.
Obuadia Daroma. Sana me de bema.
Now, Bronya, utimi did here, and I'm not why busy.
Go through over 36,000 things.
Yeah.
And the by I could be a very dear abandoned.
Okay, 38,000 plus pink sheets now. Me kind statement and Johnson has said don't get here at the barbon. Tioka said party no more auditing of the pink sheet and a broad consultations by NEC and a council of elders. Me name say auditing or how was it done? More procure the services of an auditing firm, be private firm in Oyema mo and answer say ana more lawyers na mo hwehwe mu.
Obi akoye nim. There is a petition.
Oh no, sir, and no lead into petition.
Ana say ye enkan wa.
And no the own person obey here no ano. Own person obey here no ano. Anyways, I'll grant you that. And my kind petition no minya mre enko ni nyinemu, but at least initial ones I capture mo reliefs are mo seeking from the highest court of the land. No, you cite article 63.3 and a mosi declaration Jean Mensa on the 7th of December. On the 9th of December, that declaration violated Article 63.3 of the 1992 Constitution. It's then the Article 63.3, me pacho.
Obi, once again, make our way to when you rule a bit dual speaking and then the rule in terms of the substantive matter. At this point, and my communication will be limited to the real issues that FSA and I 21 days from the 9th declaration. File petition at the registry of the Supreme Court. Yes, to me, I choose to know. Okay. What is required is that we would ensure that through the bailiff of the court, so the two named respondents, that's Mr. Kupado and Jane Mensa, would have the benefit of being served with the process. I would say the new CI 99 provided clear timelines within which the processes ought to be served. And if there are possible answers to the petition, the timeline for it to be fixed. I do not intend that you be caught materially into the details of the petition.
Okay.
For the time being. And then so when say I advertise the Yame Aduma HE Don Dramani Mahama or Negana phone in a bidding commo at 8 p.m. We are what can't not no from there no. Yanumono, you bet me I then. In the meantime, they make me understand, me confirm me. Those processes have been done. We are getting in touch with the registry to ensure that the people who are supposed to be served are served for the time being.
Okay, I think it's fair. I mean, as an officer of the court, you have to. Yeah, I know.
I'm putting my case before.
It's fair. It's fair. But lawyer, where the answer the major we start this very important question. The petitioner in this case, no, John Dramani Mahama, Wakase Obe invited 5 witnesses. Me pacho, would that mean say the Ghanaian people see any opportunity to watch this on TV? John Dramani Mahama will be put in the dock to be cross-examined because on the petitioner.
The rules on evidence. One who say we'll file a petition. We here and first on my video a dance here, and we share the laws of your country anyway now. We won't quite so be through Bibia to media them, and also be active as your witness. She any media as just the petitioner must himself testify. She knew what that. And internet the rules require say the persons are under your witnesses, no, you list or you give an indication as to the number. There's no rule as they say one customer so make us. The only thing is that when we say under the laws of this country, like you pointed out, was 63, the only person obeyed a declaration of presidential election asking the returning officer is only one person, Jim Mensah,
yes, currently
constituted, and no other person. But these are matters that will be flowing once the actual hearing begins to take shape.
Per timetable, we are mehu as far as the changes in presidential amendment. Sorry, in a presidential petition, and how we be see a consent. No, Moma filing, respondent know what 10 days to also respond. Right.
That is, if they are served today.
If they are served today. Okay.
By the time I make the registry, now court bailiff, I take the processes to go and serve the named respondents, Mr. Akufo-Addo and Jane Mensah.
And the Electoral Commission or Jane Mensah?
I mean, Electoral Commission.
Okay.
But remember, when we said there is a decision of the court that it says, okay, referendum, my bread.
Yeah.
There was a contempt application against the commissioners. Later, normal bias, they were not served, even though the process was served with one of the named officers of the commission. Court needs now to able contempt application. So, to avoid everything, and into America, say, yeah, man, Mensah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yo, Judith, where the Ben said, yeah, the best seat, and you raise flag bearer of the NDC Kaseria, then maybe a fraud snare corner, a shall see a dincomobile. Fantastic. Fantastic. Me, who's watch up, and the ever showing him. Why? Council with us, yeah, Saint Godwin Judy Tamaklo, a member of the legal team of the NDC, one of the spokespersons named in the party statement issued earlier today. And ma yenkom kakara fe some of the articles petitioner no as stated in this petition. And na me kansa the grounds for his petition are as follows. Number one, or say that the purported declaration made on the 9th of December 2020 by Mrs. Jane Adukwe Mensah, chairperson of the first respondent, violated Article 63(3) of the 1992 Constitution and is therefore unconstitutional, null and void, and of no effect whatsoever. In the Article 63(3) of the Constitution, because petitioner can the first grounds for petition and they say Jane Mensah announcement now no and this embrei ebra emrano unim se Ghana mra point 1992 Constitution in Article 63(3) of this Constitution they say a person shall not be elected as president of Ghana unless at the presidential election the number of votes cast in his favor is more than 50% of the total number of valid votes cast at the election. And the breaker say 50% plus 1. a person shall not be elected as president of Ghana unless at the presidential election the number of votes cast in his favor is more than 50% of the total number of valid votes cast at the election. And the first ground for our petition is a electoral commissioner and as a commission chairperson declaration and then samre not just say nanadu declare no when ya 50%, when ya more than 50% of the total number of valid vote cast in the election. I know yeah, point number 1. You be call the Akan so ban sana no me yanko in court correspondent Joseph Akable or Supreme Court aswe Joseph akwa ba net saying
me Joseph
me te on catch official pa
I think I'm so happy.
Afisi say na yet nkwam na ene minim say Supreme Court aswe aye what has been happening throughout today?
The Eddie kind a case involving a Santropi, Lipe, Lolobi, and Akpafo. Affect a Yahoo constituency declaration electoral commission a year and I would declare a year Itamewu as the MP election. Obekaya Modekoda a year high court Nakacho who and secure injunction. Say injunction prevent East from gazetting Amewu as the winner of that particular elections. And then Attorney General no or the Assembly Supreme Court Nakacha they all can say Osha Mbakwa Supreme Court no in June this year I declare say yes sir in Kofuyomo belonging to these traditional areas no because a new region has been created no they can no longer fall within the Hawaii constituency because if they were to be in the Hawaii constituency it will mean that you have a traditional area fall within 2 regions which is contrary to the constitution. In the end, a Supreme Court can Attorney General original so catch Supreme Court and say, and then it says, sir, and Kofuyo meant to be Antwaba for parliamentary candidate. You know, they do not have any right in terms of the Hawaii elections, which ought to be protected by the High Court. In your chair, they have rights, but they don't have rights in the Hawaii elections. In the Hawaii for Antwaba, if you say an Aoka say, and in here. First, I know Hawaii for no one to be common. You know, I was create constituency. My creating it to because we went to be voting an area that you previously passed. Or some more have a MP who has been validly elected. In the other Supreme Court, in accordance with the rules, you know, it should run 14 days to enable the residents now of the Assembly High Court to be able to respond as well as the Electoral Commission. And then I'll file it for an abridgment of time. That particular substantive case, it was due on the 12th of January. But with the abridgment of time, all Bisa Court, they say, as my media ban, we must say running 2 weeks. But because of the exceptional circumstances, may still stand Quebec Yanka Assembly earlier than it should be heard. The Supreme Court, and there are Omubisa request a Supreme Court, a grantee request, they say, Asadia Mombra back January 4, no Mombeka asset.
Into on January 4th, no Supreme Court betna asema Deputy Attorney General Godfrey Abu Adame de kokoto na nim se omonhwe na High Court in who decision omon kwashes our decision no.
Perfect.
Okay, that's
before January 4 the crowd ban in Bono. They've been given directives say from morning till 12 noon. Mr. Chikata, our representing a residency of South District, you know, on filing his response to the Attorney General's office.
Okay.
Now, any Attorney General also has up to close of day tomorrow to file any response he may want to file to what Mr. Chikata has filed.
Okay.
Now, for the January 4, 2021, the PM1, then the oral argument, and hopefully the court will give a judgment before January 7.
Okay, and know the first case I see, and yet for a mutie, you know, Joseph Akablini needing come from the Supreme Court premises. Into number 1 a year. Hohoy in Semia Yedi Kandi Hong Commerce and the demonstration because Hohoy, Wobeka Chatusi Kata, Echo Court, High Court, Echo interlocutory injunction, added 2 years to say Momon Gazette, John Peter Amewu as the validly elected MP for Hohoe constituency. And no nam so Emma. Because Attorney General also was party to that particular suit. Inti Omonso Echo Supreme Court say the whole High Court ne yen nhyeda anya de papa in the Supreme Court enhwe embo engu. Initially there was around 14 days. That Supreme Court beka asem no 12th January. But Attorney General sign file is and Supreme Court enhwe na omonchimre nim kakra Supreme Court agi atom say 4th January. Ombehwe akasa asem no. Inti no de Joseph Akaje. Joseph number 2 I suppose say ebeye and John Dramani Mahama ne election petition about Supreme Court, right? And no, so as our court correspondent, no, ubetima confirm my and say, Oma go through some processes in area.
Oma go through BBI. In fact, at 12:30, no more file documents, no, or a Supreme Court premises, no, but I mean, there are some payments that they had to make and other things. They went down. There's a bank at the Supreme Court premises that they were able to transact all those business and took the receipts to the court, and by 1 p.m., a little after 1 p.m., they're not completely processing. I just say, as it stands now, no, there's an officially a petition challenging the election results. Jim Mensa announced it to the nation.
Okay. And the processes of filing, no, yenya videos in the hey, lawyers are making fi captain in your bad. Enti, lawyers are making fi any Judy Tamaklomo echo file petition with Supreme Court premises. Na me share pictures now document and chrome and enya some ketwa.
Nobody in Qatar we get court documents they exhibit no. Also petition and casa they can be but they are exhibits that they are attached to it now and then a BS spreadsheet BS summary collation sheet na a containing data na omuda ye omo analysis na obuchiri na obi enya more than 50% ni aka shesa envelope ni my chrome enya omode koda e court na kachi.
Okay, but do you know, sir, because of more file here, we know the respondent would have to be served. Unim say sa service no my.
Sa service no has not been effected yet, but we understand it will be effected as soon as possible because once the filing is done now, the new rules now are passing. It requires within 10 days.
Yeah,
I will say the respondents, if they are minded to oppose that, I will say to me a filing afterwards. No, a hearing notice will be issued for the pre-trial issues to be dealt with, and so we are told that they are required within 3 days after service day upon. So the service will be effected.
Okay. Joseph Akable and me say that should be all ewo Supreme Court enne and as be before ewo ho.
Assembly ni ana ya bone tofa.
Meda assembly official pabio why? Super. Joseph Akable and Amotere and Ekosiisen so ne high asempa 94.7 FM nti the course was Supreme Court enne enono na me kind the grounds for the petition from John Dramani Mahama into me kind the point number 1 say or say EC declaration no violate article 63(3) of the Constitution which says for a person to be declared validly elected there was so onya more than 50% of the valid vote cast. Now Momo Free said EC declaration on the 9th of December no ebu that particular provision in the Constitution. Number 2, almost say in making the said declaration Mrs. Jean Adokwe Mensah violated the constitutional duty imposed on her by Articles 23 and 296A of the Constitution to be fair, candid, and reasonable. In the Article 23, Kase, administrative bodies and administrative officials shall act fairly and reasonably and comply with the requirement imposed on them by law, and persons aggrieved by the exercise of such act and decisions shall have the right to seek redress before a court or other tribunal. In Tiomofri say declaration as Jean means higher and violate sa emrawe say as an administrative body, and administrative official in this case, Jean means na namo two, na instead anya fair and reasonable. And one comply with the requirement imposed on them by law. And Article 296A and so almost obusa article no eso. And let me get 296 and read for your hearing. Na yenyina yesua nkakra na yehu sede nioma ebeko in the article 296A. Okay, in the 296A eka, let me see if I can get it here. Na okay. Na yenyina yehu sede nioma isi echo. Okay, let me see. Okay. And Ekosiisen higher sempa 94.7 FM. Let me see if I would get it. Now fe ya share etimi aka yehu de wo ho a enunti Electoral Commission ebu sa 296 eka exercise of discretionary power. And it was a where in this constitution or in any other law discretionary power is vested in any person or authority. A, that discretionary power shall be deemed to imply a duty to be fair and candid. B, the exercise of discretionary power shall not be arbitrary, capricious, or biased, either by resentment, prejudice, or personal dislike, and shall be in accordance with due process of law. And when almost in main declaration, as a discretionary power, constitution, the amount of wabuso, a tia amount for far who is exercising the power no ama abuso. And one of the grounds for this petition, see nekase that the said declaration was made arbitrarily, capriciously, and with bias in favor of the second respondent, in this case, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, contrary to Article 296B, said the American Akayano. And almost said that the said declaration was made without regard to due process of law as required under Articles 23 and 296B. American Akayani na ediamo. Not just say, almost say, Mamino, and I say Electoral Commission exercise, see, power no, Emma Ebroso, ain't it? Omu reliefs no ena maka inti your petitioner praised the Supreme Court for the following reliefs. Inti first relief ni bioka se a declaration that Mrs. Jane Adukwe Mensah, chairperson of the Electoral Commission, was in breach of Article 63.3. Inti almost say Supreme Court no enka say Article 63.3 say Obian who betima declare say or a president say wenya more than 50% of the valid voter. Supreme Court enshe say declaration agent means say no etia sa emrano. And number 2 say a declaration that based on the data contained in the declaration no candidate satisfied the requirement of Article 63.3 of the 1992 Constitution to be declared president-elect. In the Supreme Court, in Shano among Kansas Sudia say declaration na Jen Mensa no obu Article 63.3. Not just say enya dia candidates ni nyina based on data Jen Mensa nankasadi 2 jano candidate bia ni hwa onya 50+1. I bet me declare so a president-elect. Candidate bia enya 50+1. In the Supreme Court, enya sa declaration no. C, a declaration that the purported declaration made on the 9th of December of the result of the presidential election by Mrs. Jane Mensah is unconstitutional, null and void, and of no effect whatsoever. In the Supreme Court, then Kansas City said declaration as Jane Mensah yes and anado any winning election no and famra kwan so inti to me be answered denim. And no eka reliefs no eho. D, an order annulling the declaration of president-elect instrument in the mobile kaya Electoral Commission gazette the president-elect declaration no into a gazette say Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and a winning 2020 elections no. Petitioner no in this case John Dramani Mahama Supreme Court say sa gazette instrument declaration of president-elect instrument no Supreme Court embontungu baby Ombo Ntungu, because that gazette was done on the 10th of December 2020. In Supreme Court, Embo Ntungu baby. What that means, they say, Obieni Waibe Gazette, ya Gazette is any day or no air president elect. The Supreme Court, the boss had to go. That's what it will mean. Iyeneka say, an order of injunction restraining the second respondent from holding himself out as president elect. In the Supreme Court, and say, ma order. Say, Nanado Danko Akofo-Addo ontimi enyina baby anka da ontimi so enhu ne ho se abaye 2020 no ono ena Ghana for to aba eyi no enti Supreme Court emma ta injunction no emfa restraining Nanado Danko Akofo-Addo from holding himself out as president elect. Ena F ne ka say an order of mandatory injunction directing the first respondent, in this case the Electoral Commission, to proceed to conduct a second election with petitioner and first respondent. Hey. Okay. Into an order of mandatory injunction directing the first respondent to proceed to conduct a second election with petitioner, and in this case, petitioner near John Dramani Mahama, and first respondent. First respondent is the Electoral Commission. Inti isi no ebesi they are conducting election between John Mahama and isi nankasa. Maybe a typo. I want to believe say a typo, because maybe it should have been to conduct a second election with petitioner and second respondent, because second respondent is Nanado. First respondent, the Electoral Commission. And I don't know, sir, lawyer Ejulitama Klomo 8 year, maybe they would want to check F, no, and reliefs no musiki from the Supreme Court. Point number F, no. Eka say to conduct a second election with petitioner and first respondent as the candidate as required under Article 63(4) and 5 of the 1992 Constitution. And petitioner near John Dramani Mahama and a first respondent near Electoral Commission. There cannot be an election between John Mahama and the Electoral Commission. I will say John Mahama and Nana Akufo-Addo. And meaning if there's an opportunity for them to go and make some corrections, no, at their because it's obvious a typo. It should be the second respondent. But let's see how it goes. I mean, yeah, things will say, as per the new rules, won't me amende ubi biabio. Yeah. I don't know. Won't me amende substantive reliefs ebia usiki. But a typo there. I don't know what to say. Maybe enya lawyer Samson Ladi anya we will put those questions not to him. They have said the maybe siako. But that's the relief effort. Petitioner no ACK said. Court no enshe almost say a mandatory injunction on the first respondent Electoral Commission say on sign any election bill between or no petitioner John Mahama and the first respondent. Okay, and the emphasis say and the second respondent that is Nana Addo as the candidate as required under Article 63(4) and 5 of the 1992 Constitution. In the Article 63, 4 and 5, no, ekaden. And no, ena eshese. Let me see. So we all go through it together. Na etimia, In Article 63, 4, ekase, where at a presidential election there are more than 2 candidates and no candidate obtains the number or percentage of vote specified in clause 3 of this article, a second election shall be held within 21 days after the previous election. And not just as a Supreme Court no ejitum say enya based on the data no obia enya more than 50% to be called or to be declared president elector. Supreme Court no ensure Electoral Commission now on sign organize the election, and that will be probably a runoff election between the 2 leading candidates as per this relief. And the Article 4 no say within 21 days no on sign another election. 5 they say the candidate for a presidential election held under clause 4 of this article shall, be the two candidates who obtained the two highest numbers of votes at the previous election. And Sebasa Supreme Court Najitum say Obi anya 50+1 to be declared president-elect. On sign she easy now organize another election between the two leading candidates. But let me say again, say based on this, no, the petitioners will probably have to look at clause and as it relief F nibio. There seemed to be a mistake in there. First respondent no should be second respondent. A second election word petitioner and second respondent, not first respondent. Said yeah, ya capture a war a hanenti or Monshe Emfa MIN. Tony Letha is the counsel for the petition. And it say Utiena sa wobena ubetimi eyina sutre na omahwe no ede ama Ekosiisen na high asempa 94.7 FM. Lot and lot of messages coming through. Mekai ninyina ede amamo ewa asempa 94.7 FM. So Maminkai also said the head of legal for the NDC, Abraham Amaleba, will be passing through the show. Ma yeneno edin komo extensively on some of these issues. And so MIA, the head of legal for the NDC, Abraham Amaleba, will be passing through the show. Now if you are sharing me Eddie and Komo. But Maminkai also said, apart from the Makaino, the real petition, the main petition, all the reliefs, no where the site near Mabibra, on the site near the Nina Ewomua, Unya Nubi so Kaya. Ebetimi aboa ma yenkonko tie we emra yeba yebekwa ahomane so na yene lawyer Samson Ladi anyenene akodi enkomo because enne no oye post be and more mobusa say okay in the 42 days asemi ebedi ewo because the Supreme Court na ka say election petition presidential election petition bi aba enkonko di 8 months said 2012 the edi ye no we be 42 days the etini into the petitioner John Mahama are filing and a final day because them Ranika said 21 days after say ECB declare results 21 days after that and the result was declared on the 9th. In the 21 days after the 9th of December no is CN as per Article 64 of the Constitution. And Oma file the petition will have to be served on the president-elect as declared by the EC, in this case, Nanado, and the EC within 2 days, all things being equal. And now say, Ombetimin so are publishing in 2 national daily newspapers. In the Abaso fans, everyone, they can publish in 2 national daily newspapers. And where educational and a lawyer Samson Ladi Edemai on the Facebook page. Or say, the respondent, in this case, the EC and another Danko Akufo-Addo, were 10 days. Sebasa ye serve one or more 10 days to file or more answer and answer response or defense, plus any preliminary legal objection with or more argument. They have 10 days to do that. And they say serve or more in there. Countdown the best 10 days. I will say or more file or more response. So or more file response ni we are. All the parties will be notified to appear before the court within 48 hours. Within 48 hours. Ombe notify parties in and say, okay, more appear before court. And they appear by the 10th day. And after say, Oma file, Oma response every in 10 days, no? Parties never appear in court by the 10th day. For pre-trial conference. A hono yebeshe hawa case no umbesi edi no any bibia. Ba per emrafo frono de e kan say unya file wu case ni wi a ye ma ukwan ma unya amendment bi abio to add on to or alter the ground stated in the petition and no political parties will be allowed to join the case. Trial nankasa be started on the 15th day. Now, we on the 21st day. In the between the 21st day and the 42nd day, no, Supreme Court, final ruling, lawyer Samson Ladi, anya nene lawyer akwaba na pom te saying
we are the movie
official panso
I think I'm saying movie
me you say and post away on Facebook page and no one na match mu ya na meja bibi wom
onya shi
okay now o point now okay say based on the new arrangement no there will be no amendment of the case and nobody will be allowed to add onto or alter the grounds stated in the petition. And on the infant said you identify and make kind petition me who said, and I don't know, I should think say a typo. Say obi typo be banner ye typo ye grievous or quite so bit my correction.
Oh, I know the Emrano Emma Quine Emma. Sabi ye jina ye na a correction report to Democrat may depend a correction or you just initial or you sign against it upon leave granted by the court. A bit me crab say and yeah the power of the petition now come and the baby say oh me who say type will be ewa hanti mo mamen correct it
Asempa FM
judge for no etemuafo no kata eno mbehu aka say oh there will paragraph state am say now person will can say but why e cat crab you na a type of kenti no mbeka say ye the copies no now papen pro correct na sign wo eno an
okay
eno sa amendment no it doesn't go against the new rules now. The new rules now and CI 99, which is amendment number 2. Rules now case no. The parent rules Supreme Court. Okay, maybe I mean start here. Oba your court now. Court beyond your rules of procedure and different rules of court. I did Juma. In Tuba, courts are a work from par and I did kind of structure no I a friend a year district courts and a circuit courts now. Your CI ewoha eno na omomudi Juma. Uba High Court your CI so far the year Juma CI 47. Uba Court of Appeal your CI over the year Juma. And as is Uba Supreme Court your CI over the year Juma CI 50. And no current CI no. And ye year amendment. And ye de produce a year CI 74. And no, I did the case no in 2013. And now probably back in 2012. 2012, a year
Asempa FM.
Jacobeche Bilamte, or more filing case no in January of in February of 2019.
2013.
2012.
Okay.
But the case no, I was 2013.
Yes.
To say senior, we know why.
We I know yeah.
Don Mahama yeah. Our file case no December 2020, and so case na ankasa because of 2021. And the 74 no, and no, and na yasa yemu emphasize and only CI 99. And no, actually, as some Yamadio CI amendment that we did, can you? Until we near amendment number 2. Into CI that na idea amendment our parent CI now. Nanka 21 days maybe. As I say, constitution and our sharing tip, and almost someone, almost a sign in article 64. And I say EC a declaration now we need the one now percent ode asem no to court or 21 days in term out de petition ne beba na sa provision no so Supreme Court and I said judicial service intimate sano I am say it comes even under the entrenched provision into parliament grant means not to say almost a time this a na yako a referendum and so na kiwa sesa nti eno no de omoye hu bia enye but would the case na bewie kwan a ye befa so ene emra a ye bedi asem ene emra ho kwan say ye bia trend rules of court near the ye ho intina omokoye nhihye fufuro yi a nhihye fufuro kra ye 2016 nhihye yo enye nne ya no de nti fufuro no maye no na ti asesa nyama bi ohwe dada na
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM
10 days na also depending on Asaba but near 15 days bi o ha also moye to nyama yi enu wi a afi ya ye case na nka e di asem na but ye di asem no bia na judge for no na emran mo another 15 days some day judgment ebeba nanso esin twa na ewo saa emran no ho se emra ye di asem na nkasa no ye ka ho asem no ana e friend hearing ana trial wan fa emre anso ho nti ho no mo kan say the hearing shall be expeditious trial. And na ya mitaka say expeditious trial. And na ekowie 8 months in 2013. And obviously that was not correct. It wasn't good. And I fit it sisaye buy. And I mean sabi nyame charge here. I had the privilege to be a consultant in the process of looking for the new rules to change some of the things for the judicial service. Inti Abraham
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Kwan foforo wo se family. Me kra me esusun say esan ye hu ye wo 2013 ti anka emra foforo ye be ye no ye nya na ye fa da 80 days and finance trial na the Kenya for no constitution no and an example no but let me feel so no dear no na it seems to kakra wo ho omo de no say election ye declare we are 7 days and also the petition no ba and 21 days na 7 days with the petition ba 14 days also court no na it's not be judgment mudi asem no na omo judgment but me che Kenya for the no senate ko no na me say nyama bia nkoye e fine mere na etua na omo de ma omo ho nti mimi susu say nka enye 8 days na sabi omo ahwa de no say na tie na omo susu say 42 days ene didi asem na eye me jitum say 42 days no eye pa nti sisi ase na esi ahihye no case na nkasa
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Or from the 21st day when you start counting the 14 days after omode omo answer akoma no 21st day any be sha ase aye trial na by the let me
I think 26th not trial ended.
Yes. You better trial now from the 15th day.
Okay, from the 15th
day. 15th day. 21st day and a trial.
Okay. Okay.
15th day to the 21st day. Near week. Now fi emra akano. And I also mode more judgment ever. Until by the 42nd day no there. Nanka omo judgment aba. Until be sha. You see much more not you will be no more judgment. I bet you.
Omodi aba betuja.
Amendment na only ebisa asemono. Emra no say untimi enye amendment
Asempa FM.
Alter and now it will add on to the ground stated
on
in the
Asempa
petition.
FM.
Inti Osha petition now, we see our Modia Koto now. Osha, ya omwa delineated grounds, no. Say,
yes.
Why you say one fast, so why you say any article?
Mainly 63.3 and a 296A.
Right.
Yeah.
Inti Ubeya amendment to far, and Rano Makwan so amendment, no. A bet the sack, and now a DB about the cat grounds, no.
Okay.
Auntie, no check on your boss, no.
Yes.
I know the amendment that the Makwan out to be a man.
I'm out to me, But na me hwe say time na judicial service no air drain ho amendment yon pese o mode eba no. Ebi aka se ne papa mu a anka election petition bia nanka yenhwe nkanwie kran sa na swearing in ayeden abaso. Swearing in him say 7th January. In time past, me kai say bi mo the proposal by say then maybe the day of election anka yentwemre nim eba November 7th fa. Maybe I will make a craft for some of these petitions near Timmy, and on the 42 days, no, we are sure say ye be we and Sana 7th January as soon for the swearing in. Bibi Saba up.
Senior, share no piano. A idea Nipa a church or my game was so those of us who are also doing the search, no, it engaged our mind, but. Obesha enu kahubi ena maybe emrese pejum omoye se mo bekwa akọ hwe so betimi asesa eda yeto ebosumi ne eda yeto abana nanka abato na abanim because adia constitution na step so obesisa ya na ani edin
yeah
it eye bebia enye constitution no na ahye e na obesta judicial service and as Supreme Court rules of court committee no omotimi aye de aye hu
bibi
but bebia constitution na ahye de omomo ye hu bibia ekeye nti no eye ade a no kre e wo se adwen hu na ekebia no ye be hwe na yaka ho asemu because so sha petition we no also omo
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Omo say Mampenyin elect. He will not hold himself as the president-elect.
Yes.
And to be sure, it is an injunctive relief.
Yes. Yes.
Normally, you know, say you're going to start the originating process. No more. We have no originating process. Idea you just a case normally near the show what we are now for your application now the application now for two courts and in near say you say my but and no application the application about say fine banking to so say to me individual way and I want to say copy say ye case no ye and after to say BCAC into be sha case Professor Master Kweku NDC candidate for Hohoi any 4 others 5 applicants on what they are called 2 court honor a fundamental human rights case our more sebi ya mo to aba any county and no
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM
obesha omuye bibisa but omudi sa originating process no ko 2 court ni we no and omo sa ye application eno sa application no ena just no grant ya enu nti me no kase ene interim injunction e wo ho a sebi isi nkrofo bi kwan so menye bibi emuti attorney general akọ Supreme Court and then court na say time one bedi asem ya twia ben on the 4th of January ombe edi hu asem asese ne judge de ye no efa kwan mu ana efa kwan inti obesha the thing you have just mentioned about not getting into a situation where the president-elect is already sworn in before an election petition is concluded. That would have been the best way.
Yeah.
But near the at that before
yeah. But lawyer, the other thing the about what so yeah. Or more relief E. That's the petitioner's relief E. And in this case, Mr. John Mahama relief E, an order of injunction restraining the second respondent from holding himself out as president-elect. And when you relief for the pay injunction, what I say, it was almost an application on this particular relief. In the timelines now, what the Amaya, time by now, Supreme Court, ebe shares application way.
Anytime be a me the application for as long as
within 42 days, no?
Within the same period. Anytime be a file case where application.
Yes, application, no.
They are
and a application as some year because a war in exceptional circumstances omit me I pleaded for abridgment of time, right? Said the Supreme Court bet me I can't answer swearing in Abaso on the 7th of January.
No, it's all left to the courts, and you are right about it. But because of when say one kasa sabre no mo de emrea eyetia ena omodi ato from the beye adwuma omo munim ne e kosunti enko yo people dey on
Asempa FM
and your mo ye no ne ya ombetimi ahihye say odi aba for as long as the other party has been served with the process ye be mo so so dia next omo form response na the next day no and also to me
Sir, Usha, the effect of all the reliefs put together, the petitioner no pay a rerun of the election based on data, almost say omo aperuzu any data. Jean means a so the declaration no omo kase. Any Article 63.3 ebra because obia enya more than 50% to be declared president-elect. Right. Say Supreme Court ne gia no tum. No mo ka say enunti first respondent electoral commission ensign running election between the two leading candidates. Ne bedru ona say Chief Justice nso akwa swear nanado ina. What happens? Can the Supreme Court order for a rerun of election? No.
Oh, I know the in sequence there. Send a
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
You be there some way no. The judgment no ba. Na judgment na ka say. Omo case omo di aba no. Edimu na electoral any president elect na na akufo omo defense and also year no mo di aba no pass mu and the no ombe make orders no nti orders no obo say ombe ye no maka say the next step and he say the one declared the president elect was not so properly declared president elect, therefore he is not president elect. Now omo no the declaration
no
the relief D.
Relief D, yeah.
They ask for a nullification. Once they acknowledge, the status quo comes back.
Okay.
Until Obeba be candidate to say president Opim say rerun no ni we are winning na fe on the instruction of the Supreme Court. And I can use the Supreme Court no.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Upon the so we make you orders there. We case there. Mom some be any consequential orders.
Asempa FM.
The a bus also put me a consequential orders. Nyama ba kumi bi o was a year. The consequential orders and a day a remedy some of those situations.
The other thing, say, of course, in going forward, no, you said wakano say Supreme Court no was and all of that. But when the declaration was made by Jean Mensah, conversation started initially, especially from NDC camp, and they said, John Mahama mum ne winning election, no more no more declare the man and now the dankwa Akufo-Addo. But so we share reliefs now. Nowhere in there now, a case John Mahama won. The Omo can and say 2 candidates Obia enya Why is that? Adain.
Enuna ebenya say etoda asemba na obika say asepro ne de kotu quarter. Sabi
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Sani nyama we esafa. Na wo so wunya abotwe utwen. Confirm say the kata court kata na sport. Na wo hu ne ekoso. Aha, nti ti ade ni say ultimately the net effect of what they are seeking from the court is that nyama bi ko so a ankoye na ne wie ye kra ne say nipa mienu a no udi kan e wa abatu no mu no a omunya abanu mu dodo no omumu bia asoto no bia more than 50%. Constitution is say also unya more than 50%. Near yataka no 50
plus 1, yes.
Aha. Ubia enti ubia nyadia enye na ekwan na ho e betimi adeclare so ya president or president elect. Enti I some fun with it, but interested also in the media engagement.
Yeah.
Because it's very critical.
Very critical.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
When ya bro. Ono na we declare. And after we go to court. Na nya odia court na o chere mumieni na obi enya aba ewoso wunya na uwenia na no so no sabi so it raises a couple of questions that they must answer, but for now I would prefer that I just restrict myself to the content
of the petition
of what has been put in the courtroom.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. My final question, lawyer, would be sir, me share the nature of the relief, sir. Petitioner no airpay, especially relief number 2, relief B, a declaration that based on the data contained in the declaration made by Mrs. Jean Mensah, no candidate satisfied the requirement of Article 63(3). I can more than 50%, to be declared president-elect. What it means, this is onus no will be on the petitioner to prove with figures into mathematics because we court right?
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Election petitions are fought on affidavit evidence. Into Ubesha, the last time no kakra the court will be a quine. Say, even after filing of the affidavit evidence and all the other accompanying evidence, I was there. They come. Omuma quite said, "Ubia cross-examination money quite trace." Because in our normal practice in the court, normal standard, say, fight case on affidavit evidence,
Asempa
FM. And I entire be fine ma. Nipa was your affidavit no. Or some bet not that a decum. A fan cast our home be breedy, baby. I am a into Besha. Ye file that many years fast. To only be or better, okay, me when you win our file into me mamma that Mumbra na my near a court no arguing. Into Ubasha, the very standard process,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
And yet this kind of thing. But when you look through or more the position in the petition, I won't say they are hinting you to the body of evidence. Or what the back at a prove say data no and power best say omumi no na akufo any president mahama omumi na omonya more than 50%, omonya more than
50%. Yeah.
Great. Into Osha, omoye a number of things. And Obasha will say, almost exhibit this, exhibit the particularly Usha those na exhibit the air con all Sanyama pink sheet, a baby.
Yeah.
At the one shepra. Send a course no a year no, no. One shiny cofre,
independent auditor be.
Firm. I'd be Musa Mumbe or the Sinyaman. Now, Moka a Amanu near Jimensa a Kayano. Sabi or from the Anase, Kabibia Boma, Unyano, Chinchim, Senior, or Park. So, you see, thankfully, the last time a chopa any to strain a year, a Chief Justice Wood, a BA court say, BBI, ye na into TV, a live set a bus. You see, I'm not for I am. Say live telecast. Akwenya wo say ye life.
Oh, okay.
In the radio omo ye no na na so.
Yeah, should be.
Ye na ye ni ehde. Wona obeka say bibi say anko ye a. Ye bet to evidence. We nya apede nya unko na wo kasa. Waka say ye padding bi e course or region bi. Nanke wo say we nya 40 votes and so we nya 50 votes.
Asempa FM.
You will your testimony and the evidence will be tested. Now, ufa in social media, ufa testimony, any who say it will stand or it will not stand.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
You know, argumentations also. Course, you know, ebe karini na why na sabi ni all can better assume. Why na ni all can no money freedom can work on. Nanso ode ehun eye adanse aba enti we die eja ye na ye wo hu akwenya ye be hu ni e be koso na enti and it is also possible say ni o ma file emra no say na mi ensantem I was say President Akufo-Addo electoral commission omodi ni e be no entry of appearance entry of appearance in at the book for 2 betre say yensa akata no na yedi ansani yedi fa ko mo munumpo no emra no hye na mi mu tem o so mo nsaka the free ne na Wednesday nti ye hwe nim say by Friday no mo nsaka nkata no so mo nsan kan bia e wo say e president Mahama legal team esan ko court no be mo ni substituted service. And a new rules near the Ashemu say substituted service no. Yebema ode petition.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
2 daily national dailies mo. Na nipa no say o hwehwe no say ode man na unya no na so o doje a. Na ende e the group papers no mu a anya obehu bi. Eno no ebe mu ya. And na afide enamien that was almost entry of appearance. No matter acknowledge say almost kebi. And no we are and they do in temuno. I was almost almost year no eba. But within that period, no. And as while they are taking their answer or call it response or defense to the court. And Rana Kebium say Ebia adi omudia betuwe. Omufa akwan to amram akwanya a opese obeba say ye mbongu e ma yen di asem no kra akwanya wo ho but yen twɛn ɛma na bi nkwetiri enimonimu ya wode oyi ano no ɛba na wode yɛfɛ no preliminary legal objection no wode aka ho na ɛho argument no so what break paper na wode aka ho na wode abeto court na yɛdi kan edutɛmi no because preliminary legal objection no ɛbɛmu a etumi ba sɛ case no yɛbogu abra yɛn nhwɛ mu kra because eni nyina so nti yɛbogu saa na na sɛ 42 days na mbem ebeti aba say within 1 week or within just after the 10th day no case no na asosio nti eno no de ya na ya ade a enough of so be say case na mo de abeto on pa bibi eto ni wom se kwan bi we was nka o fa so ansa na why case one fa sa akwan so e na sa akwan so one fa so no emra treses one fa sa akwan so a ene ye tie wa enye yi say election say yes the who per se and answer who challenge the results of an election ye the petition here ko ye fa enenko nti ye fa say bia anka mo file breaker instead of a petitioner ana kupado ni lawyers and electoral commission lawyers omun ko yi asemu ya file defense link ka omo no so be file preliminary legal objection ya way
Asempa FM
I was saying ka the petition neighbor and to the rate nti wafom ana say emra say and there was all the petition no ba within 21 days what's now what am 21 days na pa ho e pa ho so a emra no kire say yetie wa enye duma enye ye nti ye mongu nti any something like that may also happen say o betumi ehu bibi wo ho a o mo fi say pa ne pa so but see a me shade me ni hu bibi sa interest that is a possibility say you mo dia akoto ho no etutima bibi a yitu ogu abra yentie asem na kata
okay
a whole lot of things can happen
okay lawyer one of the controversial issue about we be me final question Article 88 of the Constitution. I may kind Justice Alexander Osei Tutu paper be our constitutional interpretation and on easy task Article 88 in perspective. And he cites a very, very interesting case. The case between Amegache and the Attorney General. I mean, if you are familiar with that particular case, where the Supreme Court ruled, sir, constitutional bodies like EC, like SRAJ, can be sued and also sue. The Supreme Court used the purposive interpretation to say, sir, was Attorney General and a defendant in and as a respondent in such cases. And for constitutional bodies, no, EC, NMC, SRAJ, or they can sue and be sued. Meaning, say, and omoma leeway say, body nankasa pendi say EC, for example, na so obi sue EC, they can elect to let the Attorney General defend them. That's say EC na EPA. In this petition, no me who say Attorney General enka parties ne ho. Can the EC ask the Attorney General to defend because we a state institution?
There be. The law has clearly delineated how it has to be done.
Okay.
And the Electoral Commission will have its own lawyers.
Okay.
So it will not be the Article 88 mandate of the Attorney General to defend them. And
Ekosiisen on
President Akufo-Addo so ebe yini lawyers almost ebe defend them. And there is no room for that as far as I can see.
Because presidential election petition in Tiana.
Exactly, because the rules are clearly stated as how we go about it. And it doesn't come in at all.
Okay. Okay, because my main read way by way of you say in the case of Amegacha versus Attorney General number 1 and others, when the Supreme Court speaking through Atuguba JSC in adopting the purposive approach to interpretation construed Article 88.5 thus, quote, consequently, we consider that the time has come for a realistic revisit to Article 88.5 of the 1992 Constitution. Accordingly, we would come down on Article 88.5 as follows. All the constitutionally established independent bodies, like the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, the Electoral Commission, etc., can sue and be sued on their own relating to their functions per counsel of their own choice. Etoko say, any person affected by an action involving the state can, upon application, be joined to such action to defend his or her interest. With regard to the judiciary and the legislature, where their positions on an issue is in conflict with that of the Attorney General, they may proceed on their own by counsel of their choice. However, any of these bodies referred to may access the services of the Attorney General if they so choose, unquote.
In my practice so far, we are clear where I've done two. So in the Electoral Commission,
yes,
report,
yes,
acting on the instructions of my client.
Yes.
Okay,
Mekai.
And so even by that practice, I know that you are connected and defend you. But in some of those cases, we sue and sue the Attorney General too.
Okay.
For very good reason. And the Banus Adia, not how they do their work, because for as long as the two of them are co-defendants, they have a right to determine a legal strategy. This is a different
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
It's not going to be possible. It's not going to be possible.
Even based on the Supreme Court ruling?
No. Let me tell you.
Okay.
Look at it. If you look at the way the presidential petitions ought to be fought, number one, prudence will not allow it. Prudence will simply not allow it.
Okay.
It will be such a step in seeking to procure some sort of trouble, which we should not even get into. I doubt that Semini within community Attorney General defend the
Electoral Commission.
So it's not something I think we should even,
But Mediana say, if the EC so chooses, now Omoka some say your friend saying Attorney General, because they are a state institution and there are rulings to that effect.
It's not going to happen.
It will not happen, right?
It's not going to happen.
Okay.
And you see, justice must not only be done.
It must be seen to be.
Okay.
Okay.
And no, here. As soon as EC and as soon as Attorney General.
Asempa FM.
Attorney General. As soon or minor. Nanso in the architecture of things, you say Attorney General are political. What you say?
Yes, I know.
The decision to prosecute or not prosecute is a political decision.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a partisan political decision. It's a political decision.
Yeah.
No, look, the reason Attorney Generals hardly or never prosecute their own is that it's just not feasible. We need to separate the Attorney General from the your friend is saying to decouple it. And the example is one and a special prosecutor. Said what you mean the Juma Abra Attorney General influence. Do you get it? So I think that should not even come in. Oshe
Ekosiisen on Asempa
the
FM.
fundamental human rights case on one file you
hold there no yeah
Osha ya two attorney general the so or your defendant esan say emrano rules no spell it out
Asempa FM.
Utimi yes sir
yeah
near me no can yen two attorney general the so utimi yes sir presidential election petition yen two things so utimi yes sir and no and into I anuntina me said nkrofo bi owa sebe omun hunye ekoso anase ye missing form miss educate omo no mo ka say aden na case no ye case ti amewu na attorney general na ono ekoka nwase attorney general ye 4 defendants in that case or ye 4 defendants in case no ekano ekano into onu two anamo say or court Supreme Court for certiorari no kwanso so so in the election petition it will be an anathema. It will be an uncomfortable thing to think about the fact that the delegation to allow
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM,
who is with the president to come and ask the EC while the president appoints a lawyer to also ask for it. Until this is actually etched in law, I doubt that it's ever possible.
Yeah. I mean,
as far as I can see, it's not contemplated in the law.
In the law. Okay. Yeah. Let's see. Say, if the EC will attempt to do that,
it won't happen. It won't happen.
Anyways, lawyer, my nase na bibia ni e be san so di nkomo bio. Why?
Right.
We so appreciate your time. Yeah.
Last time, no, na emrano ma find say political parties to join it is no.
Paper why?
I mean, kahona a muchin,
yeah.
But who's I no a political party? I
won't join it.
Into see anya ko be MPP drink as or more person join it certainly and this join it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You see idea properly subscribed, and I think it's very good.
It's good.
It's very good.
It's good.
We are not going to have to spend 3 months, as it was said at the time.
Yeah.
This was a period that distracted
Ekosiisen on Asempa
governance.
FM.
Lawyer, Mame Nasi, Bibiani Ebesia din komo bio as the case ran its full course, no, in Sembe by Inti Bedin komo. Why?
Yeah, okay.
Me that's it, pa, nyamin sure. Lawyer Samson Ladi Anyanene. Private legal practitioner, host of News File on Joy FM and Joy News. Inti, oye ye go-to legal brain. Se ye hianchri mu e obibia hu nyabo treto nebo echechri mu ye papa de MIA. But that will be an interesting point. The last point I mean, call back and forth on if the EC as a state institution decides on Pesa Attorney General a defender in this particular case, it will be really, really interesting. But I'm sure that you may say, my messages be braina abba mekai ninyina edi amaba me pamucho moma yenkonko tie we emra yeba lawyer Abraham Amaleba etnase or ye head of legal edema NDC and there was a statement asiedun ketiade ba na Johnson asiedun ketiade tu jana ni din eka spokespersons ne for the party as far as this petition is concerned. Yana ne bekom na afei